Approval of a total collateral security. What is the security sum? What is the amount based on? And what happens if it is exceeded?
EP Zollspedition is your full-service agency around customs. And now zollTV with Philipp Ritterbusch.
This video is aimed towards people and companies who are involved in customs clearance and may themselves be faced with a decision to provide security or apply for authorization. What is a security? Many activities relating to customs are dependent on the provision of security. Security is used by the authorities to guarantee the payment of duties. A distinction is made between security for duties that have already been incurred and security for duties that may be incurred. Charges incurred are usually charges relating to the release for free circulation, i.e. the import of goods into the European Union. Potentially incurred duties, on the other hand, are to be secured under the customs procedure of safekeeping, customs warehousing, use, processing, and transit. All these procedures are usually limited to a defined period of time during which the goods are only temporarily transported, stored, changed, or otherwise used or processed without actually being imported into the EU. Here, the security is to be provided for possibly arising duties in the event that the goods ultimately enter the European Union, intentionally or unintentionally, e.g. through theft, shrinkage, or other events. If necessary, the authorities can collect the security and thus protect themselves if duties are levied, so that there is no risk of non-payment. Of course, someone must provide the security in the amount due, and because customs procedures usually relate to several operations, the required sum must always be provided in the form of a comprehensive security, which requires an authorization. The comprehensive guarantee can be provided in the form of a letter of undertaking or as a cash guarantee by the participant. For the transit procedure, the provision of a guarantee is only possible in the form of a letter of undertaking. In the end, bank guarantees, declarations of assignment, or other realizable securities are provided in favor of the authorities in connection with the application procedure for authorization. In this context, it is important to note that according to the current legal situation, total securities must be applied for separately, individually, for each customs procedure. The desired goal of being able to serve various customs procedures proportionately with only one comprehensive guarantee has unfortunately not yet been achieved. What is the amount based on? The amount of the comprehensive guarantee is also referred to as the reference amount and is calculated in accordance with Article 90 of the IPC in conjunction with Article 155 of the DVO. It corresponds to the amount of the customs debt or the amount of import duties and other charges actually or potentially being incurred. Depending on the customs procedure, only the import duties or all duties including import turnover tax and excise duty are secured. The amount of the reference amount is determined in cooperation with the applicant's respective main customs office, to which the formal application for the granting of a comprehensive guarantee is submitted. The following key figures are used as a basis: amount of the customs duty, average duration of the procedure, and value of the goods placed under the respective procedure for a calculation period of 12 months. Under certain conditions, the security to be provided can be reduced to 50 or 30% of the reference amount. Even a waiver of the security is possible. Here too, a distinction must be made between duties that have arisen or may arise because the reduction of a security in the case of customs debts that have already arisen requires an AEO authorization. It would then be possible to reduce the reference amount to 30%. For duties that may arise, a reduction to 50 or 30% of the reference amount and even an exemption from the provision of security is possible. The legislator has staggered the requirements for the individual reduction levels in Article 84 of the Delegated Regulation. What happens if the reference amount is exceeded? In principle, the license holder is required to monitor compliance with the reference amount himself. In the event of an imminent overrun, he must himself increase the security by taking appropriate measures before the time of the overrun. In individual cases, an overrun can be avoided by early payment to the Federal Treasury, TRIA. The Customs Administration also monitors compliance with the reference amount and can technically permit or also prohibit an overrun. If an overrun occurs, the license holder is immediately requested to increase the overall security. If no adjustment is made, or if the total security is repeatedly exceeded, the total security is usually blocked. If amounts due and for which reminders have been issued are not paid, the principal customs office shall immediately initiate enforcement measures and revoke the authorization of the comprehensive guarantee. The holder of the authorization thus loses the basis for carrying out customs activities in connection with securities to be provided. You now know that the comprehensive guarantee must currently be applied for separately for each customs procedure in connection with an authorization. The amount of the comprehensive guarantee depends on the amount of import duties incurred or potentially incurred within a certain period, cumulated for all procedures used at the same time. The overrun of comprehensive securities may be technically possible, but is associated with significant consequences for the authorization holder. And as always, if you have any questions on the subject or need assistance from a customs expert, please contact me. I am Philipp Ritterbusch from EP Zollspedition.
zollTV. You can find us on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. Contact us by email, Telegram or WhatsApp. All contact information can be found at zoll.tv/contact.